Hello everyone, Code on Byte here, and welcome to another episode of my Minecraft Let's Play. Well, I gotta tell you, we got some things to do this episode. First, we're going to very quickly finish up the witch farm that the witch farm's already done, but we were making that whole little area a whole lot nicer last episode, and we're just gonna put a couple finishing touches on the whole thing, and holy crap, loading chunk errors! Ooh, wow, the boat didn't break this time. Yeah, I just jinxed it. Yeah, I think they changed the way boats handle in, well, since I last played, which was months ago. I mean, not last, but you know what I mean. And I don't know, I think that they made them a lot harder to control. I think the main issue is that they've made the turning a lot less responsive, so, you know. Oop, can't do that, need the table to craft it. So you end up crashing into things much more often because you can't turn out of the way as quickly. I don't know if that was intentional or if they were doing that trying to like fix a bug or something, but what I do know is that it is driving me insane. I really hope they didn't make boats any more brittle than they already are. I wish they'd make them the way they used to be back in the alpha when you could run it like straight into a wall pretty hard and it wouldn't break. I remember Etho was making a pretty cool system that used boats. It's called the Ethos Advanced Transport System. A bit obsolete now since he created it before they introduced the Nether, and so you can't really use it in the Nether, but I don't know. I still think it's really cool. Probably shouldn't say it's obsolete. I mean, heck, I even considered building one for my world just because it's that awesome. And let's see, these roses go in this chest that I newly partitioned for them, and you guys can go in there, and we'll keep a stack of iron with us because that's how I roll. Just like being able to make decent tools on the fly like that. Oh, and I have some lily pads that I broke while riding the boat. Alright guys, so in this episode we are going to be doing two things. First thing we will be doing is, and this is in a slime chunk I think, is finishing up our witch farm. Basically, we're just going to build a brewing room over there, which is going to include a small Nether Wart farm. That's what we're going to do now. And then after that, we will be starting on our next big project. And last episode, I told you guys that it would either be going to the end and beating the Ender Dragon, or making that villager trading center that I've wanted to make. I have decided which one it's going to be, but I'm not going to tell you guys just yet. I'm going to make you sit through me building a Nether Wart farm before I reveal what my choice is. Don't worry, I'm going to breeze right through this because I only want this to take a few minutes. Well, at least a video time. It's going to take me a little more than a few minutes. But I really want to have most of this episode be our next big project. So, without further ado, let's start building this Nether Wart farm. Okay guys, so I got this room cleared out, except for this block. I hate when I accidentally do that. And I filled it in over there so that it wouldn't create any spawnable blocks for mobs. Keep in mind, we're below level 40, so if this were in a slime chunk, any blocks that we uncover could potentially allow slimes to spawn, which would also hurt the efficiency of any mob farms that we make. It could actually be even worse than regular mobs because slimes, I believe slimes don't despawn ever unless you get it more than 128 meters away from them. Whereas most mobs will despawn when will have a chance of despawning. I believe the half-life is like 30 seconds if you get more than 32 meters away. So while I'm starting to build this, I think I'm just going to explain a little bit about what are the different things I considered when designing this Nether Wart farm. This is a pretty simple design. It's one that I made myself. And so I'm not just copying somebody else's design, which I like because, you know, it's nice to be original sometimes. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong at all with copying a design that some genius like JL2579 came up with, but it's nice to come up with something myself every now and then. Alright, so what did I consider when designing this farm? Well, first of all, we have to consider the fact that Nether Wart, unlike a lot of other things that we farmed thus far, Nether Wart cannot be farmed fully automatically. Now that's in contrast to several of the things that we farmed. For example, iron and sugarcane. Both iron and sugarcane can be farmed completely 100% automatically. Let's see, how did I do this? Okay, I think I removed these and then put lights down here. And I have glass here. Yeah, that's how I did it. So we'll put some of these here. But yeah, as I was saying, Nether Wart is a bit different from some of the other things that we farmed. In fact, I'd say that the only two real farms that we've made thus far are the Iron Golem farm and the Sugarcane farm. Both of those farms have one thing in common. They're both basically 100% fully automatic. The Sugarcane farm, we don't have to do anything, and it'll just keep pumping out sugarcane. Let's see, what do I want to do next? And the Iron Golem farm, sure, we have to go collect, but the amount of iron we get over time is not dependent on how often we collect. And oh, you know what? I want a glowstone down here. So, and that's because no step of the process of farming iron requires the player to do anything. We could very easily make the Iron Golem farm truly fully automatic by going over to it and, you know, having it automatically kill the golems when they enter the chamber and put hoppers below them or something. Nether Wart is different from both sugarcane and iron in that it is impossible to create a fully automatic Nether Wart farm. It cannot be done. It's fundamentally impossible in the world of Minecraft. Just like it's fundamentally impossible in the real world to go faster than the speed of light, in Minecraftia, it is impossible to create a fully automatic wheat or a Nether Wart farm. It's also impossible to do that with carrots and potatoes, so keep that in mind. That's why when we start trading with villagers, we're going to greatly prefer trading paper to them for emeralds rather than trading wheat, because paper is created from sugarcane, and sugarcane can be farmed completely automatically, whereas wheat can't. Wheat, you have to plant it. So what does this mean for our project? Well, among other things, it means that we're not even going to bother doing anything fancy with hoppers, because or having it automatically put the stuff in chests, because what's the point? It's not like it's going to be running all the time. Basically, this farm is going to be what's called semi-automatic. You'll push a button and it will automate as much of the Nether Wart farming process as possible. It will automatically break it off it'll break it off the soul sand, the nether dirt, and automatically for us, and move it to a place where it's easy for us to collect, but we still have to replant it. And the amount of time that we have to spend replanting is directly proportional to the amount of Nether Wart that we want to obtain. So that's something that you have to keep in mind there. Oh wait, yeah, I think we go here. These blocks are the ones that are above the pistons. And I got to remember to be lighting this up as I'm going, or else I'm going to be having, I could, if I walk away and forget about it, have a creeper spawn in there, which isn't fun at all. So for one, we're not going to be doing anything with hoppers. Also, the fact that you have to replant the Nether Wart, that means that there's another reason not to do anything with hoppers. If the Nether Wart just falls into hoppers, then that means that after you use the farm, you have to then go to a chest, open it, take Nether Wart out of the chest, and you have to do, and then walk back to your farm and replant it. And depending on where the chest is, that takes some time. In my mind, it'll just be easier if the Nether Wart drops directly where you pick it up and then you go replant it. So what else does this mean for our farm? Well, it means that a crucial component of the design is to make sure that the soul sand is in a position where the Nether Wart, where it will be easy to to replant the Nether Wart. That is the part of the process that we cannot automate. We therefore must make it as easy as possible for us to quickly walk down and boom, 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 replant that Nether Wart. Boom, 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 replant the Nether Wart. Another thing that we have to consider, speaking of all this automation stuff, is that we don't really need a whole lot of Nether Wart. Iron is useful in large quantities. It's always been useful to be able to make iron blocks with it. You know, you can build stuff out of it, or if you want, make a giant army of your own iron golems, ones that will be loyal to you and not the villagers. And Mojang is creating an increasing number of crafting recipes that use iron. And iron blocks can activate beacons. Sugarcane is useful to have in large quantities because you can trade paper to villagers for emeralds, and emeralds can be used to buy diamond tools. But Nether Wart can only be used for one thing, as far as I know, and that is making awkward potions. Each piece of Nether Wart produces 3 awkward potions, so even if you're using potions all the time, I don't think you're going to be going through that much Nether Wart. So that means that this farm is not going to be ridiculously huge. I mean, my iron farm was really big, so some of you may have been expecting that I'd do that for all my farms, but I'm only going to do that, make a farm really, really big, if I have a use for the material that's being farmed. That's kind of how it goes. If I don't have a use for the material if I can't use all that material, I'm just not going to bother making a huge farm. If Mojang ever implements another use for Nether Wart that ends up being, you know, really useful to have a whole bunch of it, then I'll make a really big farm. But right now, I'm just not going to do that. And we have to put torches here. And the reason we have these torches is because we want the pistons to be extended in their default position. Because what will happen is when we push the button, the pistons will retract and pull the soul sand into the wall, causing the Nether Wart to be popped off. I've experimented off-screen in a creative world with a whole bunch of designs, and that's the one that I found to be the best. So now we just put this button on and it should work. Yep, see, that's farm works. The farm is basically done. I just have to pretty it up a bit, and I'm going to do all of that off camera. I'm not even going to do a Bob the Builder super speed cut, because I think those are starting to get a little bit old. Tell me if you think I'm wrong, if you don't think they're getting old, but I don't know, I feel like they kind of are. Oh, one thing I am going to do on camera, just to stress how important it is. Going to put some lighting in here. Some lighting in here. This lighting is never going to be seen, but I don't want mob spawning. In fact, actually, I'm just going to take some cobblestone and fill in like this. Now there's only a 1 block high gap. As far as I know, there aren't any hostile mobs that can spawn in that. Bats might be able to spawn, but they don't use up the hostile mob cap. So, yeah. So we're going to put this in here. We're going to both light up and make the gap 1 block high. There's a reason I'm doing that. The reason is I think this witch farm may be in a slime chunk, and we'll have to address that issue later. So I want to make the gap only 1 block high, because slimes, not even tiny slimes, cannot spawn in a 1 block high gap. And then the reason I'm lighting it up as well is that maybe Mojang is that I actually don't really want bats to spawn in there either, because they're freaking annoying. Also, yeah, keep in mind that slimes can spawn in any light level, so just beware of that. Alright, go off screen and pretty this up, and then we'll test it out and set up our brewing stand. Well guys, I finished up the Nether Wart farm, and I went to get some stuff for our to make potions with, and we have a little visitor. Yeah, just for the record, these guys can spawn on the blocks that are around nether portals. They actually spawn here, they don't come through the port. They aren't zombie pigmen that were in the nether and came through the portal. Although it is possible for a zombie pigman that's in the nether to come through a portal. And since you're alone, I'm gonna kill you. What? No gold? Cheapskate. Because, yeah, as of like, I think it's 1.4, mobs can be pushed through portals. So let's see, what do I want? I don't think I need this. Want the Nether Wart? Oh, we got plenty of glowstone over there. Okay, good. I think we got everything that we need right now. I'll meet you guys over at the witch farm. Okay, guys, here we are. Before we make any potions, we are going to plant some Nether Wart. 16 Nether Wart will be planted, and it takes a while to grow, but you know, time will fly because we're going to be off doing other things, and this is just going to grow. Then when it's fully matured, we will push this button and harvest it. Yep, and all the Nether Wart gets pushed into this center aisle where we can easily replant it. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention one thing. One thing I was considering when designing this Nether Wart farm is that I don't want to be constantly accidentally walking on the soul sand, because that's slow. So that kind of goes into the whole making it as easy as possible to replant the Nether Wart. Alright, so we've already got 10 Nether Wart replanted, and shit, I just realized that I forgot to get an infinite water source. I will be right back. Alright, so we have our infinite water source. Now it is time to make our brewing stand. If I recall, you make a brewing stand like this. Yep, that's a brewing stand. We're going to make 2 of these bad boys because we want to be able to brew 2 sets of potions at once. So we'll just put these right there like this. Actually, we'll make another 2 brewing stands, because why that? No, I don't want to put them behind here. Okay, cool. So I have my little lab counter right here. Got my brewing stands. Got all my potion making supplies, and we will be getting other chests ready with potion making supplies in them. And dang, Mrs. Gulch is falling like crazy. Must be daytime, so there aren't any mobs spawned outside. That's probably why so many of her are spawning in here. Oh, our Nether Wart's already started to grow. Oh, and last episode I transferred, well, not last, but after last episode, I transferred all the stuff from the old chest that I had, which was down in here somewhere, into this new chest. So yeah, as you can see, we're getting quite a few supplies from witches, and look, we even got some string and arrows, so I guess a skeleton wandered in there or something and died. Maybe I'll make a little wall around it so that other mobs don't wander in. Of course, it might not be such a bad thing. Okay, enough dilly-dallying. Time to make some potions. So, the first thing you need to make potions are glass bottles of water. So normally, you would craft glass bottles out of glass, but thanks to the generosity of Mrs. Gulch, we don't need to do that. We're just going to get, actually we'll get 2. Actually no, we'll get 6, because Then you just right click on water, on a water source block to fill the bottle, and the water source block will still be there. So, the basis for any potion is basically to brew potions. You put 3 glass bottles with either water or a potion in there, and you put an ingredient in here. And the basis for every potion, virtually every potion, is the awkward potion, which you make by brewing a glass water bottle with some Nether Wart. And brewing happens pretty quickly. I mean, I guess it's kind of like smelting. So yeah, then once this arrow fills up, now we have our awkward potions. So now once you have an awkward potion, the awkward potion is the basis for basically all the other potions. So you basically just brew various ingredients with an awkward potion to make different types of potions. One of the more useful potions in the game is the potion of fire resistance, which we are going to make right here. And another very useful potion is the speed potion. It's a potion of swiftness, I believe they call it, which you brew by putting sugar in here. See how convenient it is that we have a witch farm right in our brewing room? All the ingredients we need to make potions right here. I mean, obviously Mrs. Gulch didn't give us the magma cream. By the way, if you can get magma cream from either killing magma cubes or by taking blaze powder, which you get from a blaze rod, you craft that with slime balls, so it's not too hard to come by. Okay, so now we have a potion of fire resistance, and notice that 3 next to it. That means it'll last for 3 minutes, and same here. However, now we could just use the potion of fire resistance, but there's another step that you can do in making potions. You can take some redstone dust, and again, really nice that we have all this stuff right here. If you brew redstone dust with a potion, it will make it last longer. And if you brew glowstone dust with a potion, it will intensify the effect of it, but it won't last as long. So we're going to put some redstone dust. Now keep in mind that some potions will not be affected by one of those two dusts. For example, a fire resistance potion gives you complete immunity to fire and lava. It doesn't gain any effect when you brew it with glowstone dust. So you'd only ever want to do redstone dust with a potion of fire resistance. But a swiftness potion, when we brew it with glowstone dust, it will not last quite as long, but it'll make you go a lot faster. Okay guys, so I just moved this water source over here. For now, it's only temporary. I'm going to play around with it a lot later. Possibly change where this entrance is. Possibly even move this brewing stand over to like over here, because I do want to be able to watch Mrs. Gulch die while I'm brewing with her ingredients. Okay, so now to conclude this potion lesson with Professor Codonbite. I hope I'm a lot nicer than Professor Snape and more of a potion master. Oh yeah, so you see this had glowstone brewed with it. Now it only lasts for 1.5 minutes, but it boosts your speed by 40% instead of just 20%. If we'd used redstone dust, it would still be only 20%, but it would last for 8 minutes. So yeah. Alright, so the last ingredient, well, it's not the last. Brewing is complicated, but one thing you can do with brewing is brew gunpowder with your potions. If you do that, then it will turn it into a splash potion. Basically, with one of these potions, you just drink it to get the effects. But with a splash potion, you actually throw it, and it will put its effect on anything that's near it. So if you play on a server, you could, in theory, share one potion with multiple people by having it as a splash potion. You all just huddle around where you're going to throw it, and then you just toss it right at the ground near a bunch of the players as you're huddling, and then you all get the effects. So if you're in the Nether with some friends of yours and you both fall into lava, you could throw this splash potion and potentially save your life. I guess this, whoa, it says only 6 minutes? I thought, it was 8 before, but I guess this, I guess maybe when you brew a splash potion, it reduces the amount of time that it works for. Let's see, can I brew redstone with this? No, I can't brew anymore. Okay. Alright guys, well now that we have some potions, it's time for us to have a little bit of fun with potions before we move on to our next project. I'll see you guys at the Nether portal. Well, I guess I'm already there, but I have to go grab one thing first before we can go do what we want to do. Alright guys, so I just went and grabbed something, so now let's head to the Nether, and I'll demonstrate these splash potions of fire resistance. Okay, so me and Toto are both here, and alright, so see those swirly things coming off of him? He's now under the effects of this potion of fire resistance, so I'll demonstrate. See that? Oh yeah. We can now go swimming in lava. and he is sitting in lava there. He's on fire, and it's just not hurting him. See? See that? And that's good. That's especially useful if you want to use wolves, because let me tell you, they are really, really stupid when it comes to fire. They have absolutely no fear of fire whatsoever. They'll run right into fire. It's really ridiculous, actually. Alright, so let's see, where did I put the goddamn exit to the open nether? Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay, so now that we have some fire resistance, let's go for a swim. Oh no, we gotta do this properly. We gotta do this properly. Okay guys, so now that we're immune to lava, let's go have some fun. Geronimo! Yeah, is this cool or what? I really gotta start using potions more. I don't really know why I didn't make that brewing stand earlier. I guess I just had other things to do. But yeah, definitely something that you should do. It's unfortunate that swimming in lava is so damn slow. Otherwise, it'd be really awesome. I wish there were boats that could go in lava to speed things up. Okay, enough fooling around. I'm going to do some more fooling around off camera. And then I will meet you guys back at the base so that we can start our next big project. And then I will reveal what we will be doing. So, at this point, please pause your video and type in the comments what you think I'm going to do. Do you think I'm going to go to the end and do the Enderman farm? Or do you think I'm going to make a villager trading center? Tell me what you think. Alright guys, so listen, building the Nether Wart farm took a little bit longer than I anticipated, and also I did some thinking about it, and I do feel that the start of our next big projects really does deserve its own episode, so I'm going to end this episode here. However, I'm not going to end before telling you guys what the next big project is. Alright guys, this is going to be our second really big project. The first, of course, was our massive iron farm. And this is going to be the next big one. So, drum roll please. If one of you is a drummer and would like to send in some beats, I will edit them into the video. Our next big project is not going to be going to your home world, Mr. Enderman, and you'd better give me back my block of dirt, you son of a bitch. We are going to make a villager trading center. That's right, we're going to build a really nice villager trading center. I was really leaning towards the Enderman farm, but then you came and picked up that block of dirt and changed my mind. No, just kidding. Actually, what happened is that I watched Panda4994's Let's Play. I'd been really stuck and kind of hung up on one part of the design for the Villager Trading Center. And I was just really indecisive. Sometimes I can be a bit perfectionistic or get hung up on details that I really shouldn't be getting hung up on. And I was kind of like that on the design of the new breeding cell that I'm going to have to build. And then I saw his Let's Play, and he had a really elegant design, so I'm just going to use that with a small modification here and there. And you get back here. I want to cut your balls off and make Eyes of Ender with them, buddy. Although we won't need to cut your balls off after we build that trading center, because I'll just be able to buy them from a priest. Hell yeah. So right now, you may be wondering why I'm suddenly out in the jungle. Well, I'm looking around for places for trying to decide where I'm going to build this first component to our massive villager trading center. So next time we're going to jump headfirst into a massive project. Think epic proportions, like the iron farm. It's going to be big like that kind of big. And that iron farm, you have to admit, that's huge. I mean, look at it. You can't even see the top of it. Oh, one other thing. So I just recently got this new gaming PC, and it was working a lot better than my old laptop that died was working. I mean, working before it died. Obviously, it wasn't working after it died. But Minecraft was still stuttering every now and then, and it was pissing me off. I was like, gee, I just spent like $1,200 on this new PC, and Minecraft still stutters? Then I went into video settings and saw a notice that said, for best results, You need 64-bit Java. And I was like, what the fuck? Why do I have 32-bit Java on this 64-bit machine? And it turns out that web browsers, if your web browser is a 32-bit program, the Java website will automatically detect that and install 32-bit Java, even if you have a 64-bit PC. And it's actually very difficult to get to the download page for 64-bit Java if you don't have a 64-bit web browser. And since I use Chrome, I don't think Chrome's available in a 64-bit version. So that was really annoying, but I eventually found I was eventually able to do it. So yeah, if you have a 64-bit system and Minecraft is stuttering, well, you really make sure that you're running 64-bit Java. I mean, if you have a 32-bit system, your Minecraft will still be stuttering, but you can't really have 64-bit Java on a 32-bit system. So yeah, huge improvement in performance. There's like over 500 golems in waiting to be collected, and the game's not even stuttering yet. It doesn't even stutter when I go over there, so we'll start next episode off by collecting 600 or so golems. It'll be fun. Oh yeah, and with this villager trading system, we officially won't need many diamonds at all. I mean, I've already been getting most of my tools from trading with villagers. Like, I've only crafted, I think, like 1 or 2 diamond pickaxes in this entire Let's Play. The rest I just bought from blacksmiths. I haven't made any diamond shovels. I don't think. Maybe I did. Maybe I did once. This one here I just got from a blacksmith. It's really awesome. It makes you less dependent on mining, and I don't know. I just think it gets old running around and digging around underground looking for diamonds. Crossing your fingers when you're about to strike that ore with your fortune pick. I find that it gets old, and it makes it really hurt when you like fall in lava wearing diamond armor and carrying a full set of diamond tools, because it's like you just know how long it's going to take you to get all those diamonds back. But with the villager trading center, we just won't have that issue. Diamond tools and diamond armor will be everyday wear, so to speak. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Wow, there's so much to do. There's so much that I need to do. I haven't even fully played around with everything from the redstone update. I haven't done anything with daylight sensors. There's some new contraptions that you can build that use redstone blocks. Surprisingly useful item that they added. Can be... Fuck you, Enderman. Did you put this grass block here, you dipshit? Fucking Enderman. We'll be farming those guys after I build this villager trading center. Oh! And I was back this way a while ago, where there's plains. We need to go explore some plains that haven't generated yet, because horses now spawn in plains biomes. We definitely have to get ourselves a horse at some point. Don't know how useful a horse will be in the jungle, given how difficult it can be to maneuver around, or the swamp, with there being water everywhere. But hey, maybe we can build some bridges or something. That'll be cool. Okay, if you stayed through this entire rambling, please leave a comment and tell me about it. If you stayed and enjoyed the ramble, please comment and tell me about it. And if you stayed and but hated the ramble, but stayed for unknown reasons, please also leave a nasty comment telling me why you hated it and what you found annoying about it and how you unsubscribed and told all your friends to unsubscribe as well. Seriously, I do want some feedback. So, peace out, guys. Okay, I'm going to end the episode for real right now, because now I'm just running around in circles. Like, a while back, I was actually looking for something while talking, but now I'm just running around in circles, rambling on about random shit. So I'm going to end the episode right now. And oh, it's a family of ocelots. Those look kind of like hyenas.